This isn't obviously cooked. Let's see, I'll probably do about a tablespoon of butter and maybe, well, that's cooked. Is thickening up the milk. It cooks for a little bit too long and things burn, but, and we're in the kitchen today. I harvested some of that sweet corn. It's really pretty. The kernels are white, and I do have to be careful. Husking it or shucking it or whatever. I don't know what the term is. Taking the husk off, husking it, I guess, right? It does stain your fingers. I think I mentioned that in a video before. I'd like to take some of the cobs and that'll go with the chickens. Oh, I didn't husk any of these. They don't like the husks. I don't know, do your chickens eat husks? Mine won't eat the husks. I don't have picky chickens. If I didn't say it already, we're making, we're making our shepherd's pie, but I'm making the corn. I'm making part of the shepherd's pie. I'm making it a homemade cream corn. I may have to add in some frozen corn or maybe some canned cream corn, but it'll at least have some of our homegrown corn. I'm probably not using the right tool. Somebody will tell me that, but I just grab whatever to get the job done. This isn't obviously cooked. I just husked it. We'll add some milk and butter and maybe a little sugar depending on how sweet it already is. And that'll be it. I don't have a recipe. I've seen some of the techniques in cookbooks before and online, and I don't know that there really needs to be a recipe. It's really a technique. But I will write a recipe in the description for any of those that want. Or cook by recipe. Like I said in past videos, I bake by a recipe because that's you know, scientific. Science is going on. Cooking, you just measure with love. I'm making a mess, but the dog will get it. All right, you see the process. I've got a couple more to do, and then we'll come back. Oh, I do have red potatoes here boiling for the mashed potatoes. So I measured it. There's a little bit in the pan here, maybe a quarter of a cup. So I ended up with a cup and a quarter. Let's see, I'll probably do about a tablespoon of butter and maybe I'll start with a half a cup of milk. I mean, you can use cream, and that's going to be butter, but I don't have cream, so Let me go get that. I did say 1 tablespoon, but oh, I did say 1 tablespoon of butter, but we used this for corn the other night, corn on the cob. So just using 2 pads of butter that maybe will equal about a tablespoon. Okay, get that melting. I like cooking with wooden spoons. And this doesn't have to cook a ton because they're already cut off the cob and we're just warming them up. Like I said, if I had cream, this would be perfect. I still got little hairs in there. I tried to pick it out as good as I could. I'm gonna have to add cans of corn. Let me see if I have some. See if I don't have cream corn, but I have crisp corn, crisp and sweet. I prefer frozen, but my husband doesn't like frozen corn. But honestly, he likes his vegetables cooked like to mush, so that's probably why. Well, it does cook to a pretty purple color. I am going to save seed. We've eaten this first succession of planting, and we ate on the cob. We had corn on the cob, and this is our second meal where we're incorporating it into a shepherd's pie. So we've had 2 meals with that corn. I think that was probably about 12 ears with that first couple of rows, and it may have been a dozen and a half, but I think it was 12. I have 2 other row areas. I might save seed from the next batch of corn, and then because they're coming in small, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. It may just all go to the chickens. All right, the butter has melted. We'll add milk. I'm actually thinking maybe, no, a half a cup, at least a half a cup. All right, we'll see how that goes. I keep wanting to put it there. I'll move the bananas. I'm gonna make some banana, I wanted to make a banana cake, but it may just be banana bread. We'll see. And I don't have any honey or anything like that. I'm just gonna do a half of a tablespoon of sugar. Oh, that's funny. Now we got purple milk. That's fun. I gotta test those potatoes. Oh, I think they're soft. I'm gonna go get those strained. I think this is just about done, and you can see that it's a little thicker. The sugar is thickening up the milk. Like I said, it would be probably a little bit thicker if it was cream, but that's pretty good. And I'm gonna put this into a bowl, and we'll saute, cook up the ground beef. All right, we have the ground beef in there. I didn't wash the pan out, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put in a little bit of our vegetable stock. I like to do that when I'm cooking in this pan, especially this pan. One, it keeps everything from sticking, which I guess this is a good thing, but sometimes I feel like it sticks for a little bit too long and things burn. And it just adds extra flavor. That's just onions and peppers, some squash ends. It's just extra flavor. Want to wipe up this mess. Oh, it will help if I turn the burner on. It's still hot, so it won't take long. All right, I'm gonna get this browned up and then we'll come back. We'll mash up the potatoes while we're waiting for, I think I'm gonna use the rest of that butter. I do have a little bit of that stock in this cup. I'll use milk too, but I use stock in everything, especially not store-bought stock, my homemade stock. I use that in everything. Did I put my milk away? Nope. Put a little milk in there. I'm telling you, I wish I had a bigger kitchen. I think every cook says that, right? But I do have a tiny kitchen, and it's definitely, as you could tell, I had to go across the kitchen to get some utensils. Nothing is convenient. All right. That's pretty good, actually. That's working away. We'll come back. Now it's all brown, and no, I didn't put salt or season it. I don't cook that way. We have some health issues, so we can't have a lot of salt. I figure that the processed foods and the store-bought foods that we eat have plenty of salt. This has salt in it. The butter had salt in it. So I'm sure we'll have plenty of salt that we don't really need. That's why I use a lot of the stocks to cook with, because it adds a lot of flavor and I don't have to use a lot of seasoning. So that's just how I cook, but certainly salt it if you wish. I just had to run that over to the sink so that I had some room to work. And we'll add the corn. I did drain it. This is the canned corn, obviously. You can tell the milk is thicker. Might be hard to tell on the camera, but you can certainly see when you're cooking it that it, you know, is a little bit thicker. You'll understand it when you cook it. You'll understand what I mean. It's not going to be thick like, you know, like you're making whipped cream or something like that, but it'll definitely be a little bit thicker. Make sure I don't touch that burner. I can feel it's hot. I'm sorry. I should have turned this around so that you can see. Pretty simple supper, but that's what we're having tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me in the kitchen, and I hope that we're cooking together, and I'll see you next time in the kitchen.